I'm Black Snape. Yeah, I'm Black Snape.
Ladies and gentlemen, pay attention in class.
Black cloak, black skin. Walk the hall, they whispering. Cauldron bubble, I'm different. Dark eyes don't flinch, just glimmering. House points, man, miss me. Came from pain, they history. Same blood, they fear, they diss me. But they copy my brew, still sip me. Side eye from the portraits. Cold stone, but my soul scorched. They ain't teach one.
Pull out your Fanta drinks and watermelon and chicken.
Half rage in the narrow gate. Half foot in the castle gate. Homie never run from Black Snape. Walking through the
This will be in the test.
Turn that fear to a spell, then I spark. Yeah. I've been cursed from the start. Black Snape. They talk war in the streets. I see more than they see in the tower. Drive by, man, I glide by stealth.
Pull out your Glocks and turn to page 394.
That's moms in black, that's waves of boys that ain't make old age. So I ain't my rage at the cave. Walking through the dark, one day my hand and her ex in my heart. Turn that fear to a spell, then I spark. Yeah. I've been cursed from the start. Black Snape.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to class. Welcome to class, everybody. This is no longer Mr. Hardcore mode right now. This is your Professor Black Snape. There will be no talking and sniveling or jiving, maybe a little bit of twerking in my class. You understand? Anybody want to lose points? That's what I fucking thought. I got my Glock wand ready, and don't get me started. Hermione, put your fucking hand down. Fucking over there calling me a mud shark. You think I didn't hear that shit? You think I didn't hear that shit? That's what I fucking thought. Neville Longbottom, one of my best students. Tell me, what's your biggest fear, Neville Longbottom? Tell me. My biggest fear, come on, Neville Longbottom, tell us what your biggest fear is. Black people, you better shut your goddamn mouth. Harry Potter. There he is. My new celebrity. Tell me, how do you roll a blunt? How do you prepare chicken? I don't know, sir. You sure about that? You sure about that? God dang, Harry. God dang. You know what, Harry? 10 points off of Gryffindor. 10 points off of Gryffindor. But, sir, I have a grape soda here. 5 points from Gryffindor. You better watch your goddamn mouth, Harry. I'm watching you. I'm always watching you. I'm always watching you. It's like, sir, but it's like, what if I have to go to the bathroom at night? Are you going to watch me then? It's like, hell yeah, I'm going to be watching you. But I won't be able to see you on the count of your skin complexion. Boy, you better keep your goddamn mouth shut. Ronald Weasley, you better keep it down over there, you broke ass motherfucker. You black as I am. You understand me? All right? Hollywood don't even like redheads, okay? They don't even like black people, so you're with me. So keep your goddamn mouth shut. God damn. Turn to page 394. All right. Page 394. What do we got here? All right. Yeah. So, let's see. In order to make Wolfsbane potion, the Wolf's Bane, you're gonna need a little bit. Sir, can you not read? Hermione! Sit your white ass down. Get over in the fucking corner, Hermione. I know how to fucking read, bitch. God damn. damn. There are about to be 2 words that you can't say in Hogwarts if she starts this shit. God damn. Yeah. So I'm gonna teach you how to make, poisons. I'm gonna teach you how to make poisons, but not only that, I'm gonna teach you how to make antidotes for these poisons. You understand me? You understand me? The best way to know how to treat an antidote is to make poison. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. It's like, sir, you look a bit different. How different? They turned Hermione black. She looks Latino to me a little bit. Who loves orange soda? I do. All right, children. Welcome to the stream. I appreciate y'all being here. I am so mad about this whole Harry Potter thing because I'm a big fan, very big fan of Harry Potter and what J.K. Rowling has brought to the table. Right now, J.K. Rowling doesn't really fucking care about the story. She'll say whatever she wants in order to get royalties and stuff like that and get money. See, the funny thing is that I fully agree with her that there's only 2 genders, but here's the thing though, she doesn't have the certain integrity that it takes as a man to hold on to your own product. I'll give it to George Lucas. George Lucas actually admitted that when he signed Star Wars over to Disney, he has already stated, like, yeah, it's probably a fucking bad idea. For J.K. Rowling, all she cares about is the lavish life that she's living, smoking a cigar, getting a facelift, what have you. I don't know. She's probably doing late night shit, fucking getting railed by, I don't know, Black Snape. I don't fucking know. I don't fucking care. She's not, unfortunately, she doesn't have that fortitude to be like, okay, this was a bad decision. I mean, Tolkien would be rolling over on his grave right now if he heard what was going on with Lord of the Rings. Like, there's a certain thing, money can only buy you so much. Money can only buy you so much. Yes, I'm glad for what J.K. Rowling has brought to the table, but there has to be a certain level. Greed is a very deadly sin. You don't understand how deadly greed is. This isn't just a money thing, it's a currency thing, to where greed bleeds off to all the other sort of deadly sins out there. We're talking about gluttony, lust, envy. It branches off. The greed is the most powerful one because it melds with all the other sins out there. Well, mostly all the sins, but you get what I'm saying. I did not understand how deadly money can be or greed can be when I've seen how people react or deal with themselves after they win the lottery. I heard nightmare stories, and not just heard, these are actual stories. There are nightmare stories about people when they have money. And I think that's what it is with J.K. Rowling. She's either too tired or too old to be like, you know what, I don't want people fucking with Harry Potter. Like, she's too old to be doing all that. Or she just wants shit. She just wants shit. I got this mansion. I want to keep the mansion. I want to get another private jet. I want to get this and that. So in order to do that, I'll sell myself to the devil. So right now we got Harry Potter that's going to be out for HBO, and it's a lot of money. They're going to lose a lot of money out of this, but a lot of people are going to be happy that Harry Potter's back. But once they see what's within Harry Potter, they're going to be very upset. Like, for instance, most of Harry Potter's books are based off of what Harry is seeing. So now there is going to be, with a lot of these episodes for Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, there's going to be a lot of these episodes where it tries to branch off and talk about each and every individual character. More than likely, there's going to be a lot of flashbacks. I hate flashbacks. I mean, I'm okay with flashbacks, but you gotta even it out. Like, no, don't even it out, because that's exactly what they do. Because something interesting will happen in the present, and then they take you to the flashback, and I'm like, oh my fucking god, bro. And so you'll get context clues from characters where it's just like, wait, that doesn't make sense that Ronald Weasley would do that, or his family would do that, or Hermione would do that, and all this sort of stuff. So it's very, and it's even worse when these studios with their ESG scores would just take the money and salivate and just fuck with not only white people's culture, but also fuck with black people. I don't know what it is with leftists, but they love fucking with black people like me. They love that shit. Like, we can't make our own shit. Shout out to the Ripperverse, though. He's making his own shit, but you gotta gatekeep your shit. If you're a black creator out there making your own thing, you gotta gatekeep the shit out of your shit, because these people in Hollywood, forget about the Epstein files. Hollywood's got their own Epstein files, okay? And now we're hearing about Black Snape. I understand that this guy has done amazing work in his own right, but when he says to us that he's gonna make Snape his own thing, I'm gonna be like, fuck off with that shit. I guess you're not really a good artist if you're not gonna stick to the source material. You're not a really good actor. Oh, I'm a really good actor, I'm gonna make Snape my own thing. Oh, then you're not a really good actor then. So there's gonna be a point in Harry Potter where James's father is gonna lynch a black guy, and I'm just like, are you paying attention to this? Yeah, I'm just looking at Hollywood and I'm like, are you paying attention to this? We got Harry Potter suspicious of the only black guy in Hogwarts, or there's a couple of kids that are black in Harry Potter, so, you know, and there's a other teacher that's black as well. Get into that later, but you know what I mean. And then there's just gonna be so many moments where Harry Potter's gonna be like, there's something wrong with this guy. I mean, it's already imprinted, embedded within Harry Potter the way people are. I mean, nobody wants to get Black Panther changed into a white person. Why the fuck are you gonna do this to Snape? It's the same thing with 007. 007 has to be white. It's just how it is. But it always seems to go one way, where it's always, let's fuck with the white people. Let's fuck with the white. And the funny thing is, J.K. Rowling is such a whore that she doesn't realize, like one aspect of her is just like, well, at least I'm gonna get money out of this. I don't care about them, but I'm gonna get money out of this. And I'm like, they're messing with your baby. They're fucking you in the ass and giving you money. They're treating you exactly like a whore. And I'm just like, I guess money is the only thing. Like I said, like greed. I will bend over backwards and let you fuck my own shit just so I can get paid. That's the shit I'm talking about. Whereas if you guys have your own thing and then somebody wants to make it out into a movie, they're gonna ask a lot of shit of you. Are you like left wing or right wing? Kevin Sorbo is a good example. Kevin Sorbo tried to get back into Hollywood, but Hollywood spat him out. There's a lot of people that spat out certain people, regardless of whether or not you're left or right. There's a lot of people that got spat out of Hollywood, and I'll be honest, congratulations, you dodged the bullet. If Hollywood is pushing you out, you might be a good person. I'm just saying. That Hollywood is so fucking corrupt. Don't you find it funny that a lot of these female actresses all of a sudden had trans kids out of nowhere at the same time. That's kind of interesting. That's kind of interesting. And so you see these directors and they're like, oh, we got to have this. Okay. It's why I don't want to be around Amazon. It's why I don't want to be around California. I can't stand this because they've already poisoned all the rest of the shit that we like. And not only do they poison the stuff that we like, they also, how do I say this without being completely disgusted? Not only do they poison our own shit, they like to play this whole I'm a good person virtue signaling bullshit where they try to wear the skin of not only white people but also black people, and they're just like, look, we're all, listen, we're not like J.K. Rowling, see, we got black people here, and I'm over here thinking to myself, whoever the Asadu black guy is, I want you to know something. You're gonna get deals after this whole black Snape thing. The actor, by the way, the black actor, you're gonna get deals out of this, because when it comes to you, it's a humiliation ritual. I didn't know what the fuck a humiliation ritual was until I dived a little bit more into it, and I'm just like, holy shit, it fucking makes sense, bro. It fucking makes sense. And it's been a long time coming that they would keep on doing humiliation rituals where they would just be like, okay, well, I'm gonna let you do all that. Pedro Pascal is the perfect example of somebody who's on a continuous Jimmy Kimmel, another person that is another humiliation ritual. All these fucking weirdos that used to have integrity or used to be funny in Hollywood, now they're coming back and they're just like, well, I'm just gonna be mad about Trump all day, or I'm gonna let people know that we love trans people, or we're gonna let people know that we're not racist to black people. And I'm like, what are we doing, bro? What about my movie? What about my TV show? And they just don't care. They are here to essentially just play pretend. They're pretending to be good. They're pretending to be film artists. They're pretending to be voice actors. And it's just, the meritocracy needs to come back. Needs to wholly come back. Because if we don't have this, if we don't have that, then we're just, all we're gonna keep on doing is doing this. We're gonna keep on doing this whole, they don't even care about the TV show. They just like it when people are angry at each other. That's their engagement. I was like, oh man, we'll get engagement if we do the most fucked up racial divide in all of filming in TV shows. Because they're very they're not dumb. They're very precise. So like, bro, we'll get engagement if we do Black Snape. Bro, of course it's racist, but everybody will see it's no longer, oh man, let me make a movie about a hero and he saves the girl and he has a family. They do not see any movie in heroism anymore. They don't see that shit. Their new currency is humiliation, and it's kind of like how people like scary movies because it's gory and brutal and grotesque. It's kind of like that. They don't want to see, oh shit, a comedy movie. They want to see like certain American or Western values or movies completely destroyed. And they want just a whole bunch of people to be like, this is fucking stupid. And then you're gonna have that small group where it's just like, well, I think it's a good idea to have Black Snape. Well, I don't know what you're talking about, as long as he does a good job. And then it's just a back and forth thing, and it's just, and that's their new currency now. Engagement. Not a good hero story where it sticks with you. Like Toy Story 1, it stuck with me. Aladdin, it stuck with me. Lion King stuck with me. Tarzan stuck with me. Harry Potter stuck with me. That sort of stuff, where it's just like, why did Harry Potter stick with me? Easy. A magical world where kids can learn how to use magic, and it's like this beautiful mystical world that not only has a lot of good to it, it does have a lot of bad underneath Hogwarts, literally. And I found that sort of like, yo, what is this? Like, Slytherin's whole story is so deep, so deep. And even Gryffindor's story about hearing about the sword of Gryffindor, so very interesting. And so you see all this and you're just like, wow, that's great. But according to all these investors, they're just like, that shit's not good enough anymore. I need you to make Batman Black or something like that. I need you to disrupt, and then people will watch it, and then I'll get money, and then I'll fire all of you and then cancel the show. And we're just gonna get the bag, and we'll just leave you all laid off. Same thing with Bald Jade, where same thing with Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat knows that there's a sexy, attractive females. Even the cosplayers can pull off Mortal Kombat characters better than the Mortal Kombat TV show. But they choose a bald-headed black chick to play as Jade. It's all the same. And so it's come to this realization where we're at this point. Well, you have to say, Mr. Hardcore Mode, then what do we do? Easy. Avoid the shit, like the part of Hogwarts that you like. I stick with whatever J.K. Rowling made. I like Hogwarts Legacy. It's a good game. But like the stuff that you like, pretty much cut the fat of what you've seen lately and what you've seen in the past. Keep that moment and then make something entirely your own. And if you grow with that new thing, if you grow with this new thing that you've made entirely your own, you need to create a will. You need to create a contract that says nobody can fuck with this shit. Yes, I've created something with a good, vast team. I worked my ass off on this, and a lot of people, millions of people like this. But as soon as I die, or as soon as I reach a certain pinnacle in my life, ain't nobody allowed to fucking touch it. Nobody's allowed to touch it. Not my son, not my wife, not anybody, not even my dog. And then you hear the shit where it's like, well, Tolkien's family or this person that's close to you, well, they know your game just as much as you do. No, they don't. And I'm pretty sure they would change it to get a fucking paycheck. They would. The person that's sitting right next to me working on something brand new would gladly sell my shit for the highest bidder to change it into something that it's not. Greed is fucking terrifying, because that's all this is. They don't give two shits about Isedu. They don't realize that with Black Snape, the person playing as Black Snape, he's got two roads now. This is either the end of his career, or he's gonna end up getting fat from his career, and not in a good way, because that's where Pedro Pascal is going. So you got two roads because they're working your mouth like a fucking puppet. If you're trying to become Black Snape, you're either gonna stop right here at Black Snape, or they're gonna work your they're gonna stick their hand right up your ass and move your mouth like a puppet, and that's all you're gonna be. Kind of reminds me of that fucking one quest in Cyberpunk 2077 where people were fucking. Well, what's that one place in Cyberpunk 2077 where a rich company was snatching up kids from their poor families, and they said, hey, we're gonna take care of these kids and get them into sports. However, they're never gonna see their fucking family again. We're gonna turn these people into super sports fans and drug them up, and then, you know, make them stronger, and they're gonna join sports teams, and we're gonna get them into certain, you know, certain, what's it called, advertisements, but they're never gonna see their family again. They're gonna become a completely different person because of what they put within the kids. That's what I'm talking about. That's the shit. Oh shit, you get fame, bro. Is it worth it? I hope it's worth it for this black guy, because it's not worth it for us, the fans. Oh, we're here fucking throwing a fucking fuck shit, man. This fucking sucks with the whole black thing. What, bro? Is Black Snape going to be using his EBT card to pay for the food inside Hogwarts? Is that what's going to happen? Is Harry Potter going to hand Dobby a Glock instead of a sock? Dobby is free, motherfucker! The Half-Prince of Bel-Air? Oh my fucking god, it writes itself! Bro! And here's another thing. It couldn't be like Neville Longbottom. It couldn't be like some character to the side. It couldn't be just some, oh man, we're gonna make this black character. Who's that? Oh yeah, well, he's never seen in Harry Potter. It's like, oh, okay. Well, it's gonna be this person. Okay, well, isn't he white? Yeah, but we're gonna make him black. No, they needed somebody that's in the front, that is vital to the story. We need somebody that's so important. It's Dumbledore, Harry Potter, Voldemort, Snape. There's a lot of side characters that McGonagall. Who else? I could say like what's his name? Sirius Black. I can write him in there. But that's pretty much the core. Like, you can't have Hogwarts without Snape. You can't have Hogwarts without Dumbledore. You can't have Hogwarts without McGonagall. Those are the big three right there. And Harry Potter's gonna be like, how dare you stand where he stood, Snape? How dare you? Knowing very well you should be in the back of the fucking bus. The jokes write themselves, bro. The jokes write themselves. Moaning Myrtle, like, I know this isn't true, but it doesn't make sense, but I'm gonna make the joke anyway. Moaning Myrtle, like, it's like, somebody killed me while I was somebody killed me while I was in the bathroom. What killed you, Moaning Myrtle? And then Professor Snape in the corner, like, better not tell. Keep your mouth shut, bitch. I fell. Moaning Myrtle, what killed you? And Professor Snape in the back, like, I fell and hit my eye. Well, who gave you that black eye, Moaning Myrtle? Professor Snape! What is it, Hermione? Since I answered all the questions, can I say the N-word? Permission granted. Jesus, man. Jesus. And they gave him dreads, bro. They were just like, bro. They gave him dreads. You know what's funny? You know what's funny? They wanted to do all the bro, they wanted to do all the inclusion, and I know what's gonna happen, because James Potter is gonna try to hang up the black kid on the tree, and they're gonna be like, listen, we're gonna have James Potter with all his white friends bully Professor Snape. And I'm like, sir, we still have some room for representation. We can bring a Mexican, an Asian, a black person. They could also bully Snape. No! We need to stick to the source material. And other people working there are like, now we're sticking to the source material. It's like, listen, Black Snape. Oh, we're doing representation in this show. Oh, okay. Oh God, Black Snape, fine. But can we have a little bit more representation after that? No, we're good. So let me get this straight, boss. You want us to have a Black Snape to be the full focal point of representation. I mean, excluding Hermione, who's, I guess, 4% black or something. I can't tell if she's black. But you are so dead set on making a Black Snape, knowing very well that James Potter is popular with all his friends, and James Potter has no other friends except white friends. We're not going to add any representation with James Potter. He's like, nope, James Potter's only... Listen, you need to understand. This is a British show, okay? We put British people in this British show. That's just how it is. Then why did we make Black Snape? You're asking too many questions, bro. Then why do we have a Black Snape, but you're not willing to give James Potter at least one black friend? I thought, can't we go representation the whole way? It's like, no. In the books, James Potter had only white friends. Best I can do is Black Snape. And I'm gonna be like, bro, I wanna watch that one moment. I will wait for that one moment where James Potter lynches a black person with all his white friends, and I'm just like, so you made sure. Like, the camera keeps on showing James Potter's friends that are laughing at the black kid, and they're like, oh my God, I love being white with James Potter. Oh my, that's how brutal it's gonna be. They're just gonna say it. They're just gonna shade on the show. Oh my God, I love being white with James Potter, hanging black people. I love it. They're gonna be like, bro, you're not even trying. Okay, you're not even hiding it. Sir, please, let's add some representation to James Potter's friend. No! I'm done. This is fucking ridiculous. Oh my fucking God, bro. Bro, ridiculous. How y'all doing? They should have made Snape trans to just to stick it to Rowling. Didn't they add a trans person in Hogwarts Legacy? I know they did that. I'm waiting for Mr. Hardcore Mode to be like, yeah, this makes sense. Out of all the Slytherin, you made Snape one of the good ones. What is he gonna say? What is he gonna... on the time that James, the time that Professor Snape dies, he's gonna be like, you have your mother's ass? Is that what he's gonna say? I don't know. Unbelievable. Yeah, he said he was gonna make it his own character, and I'm just like, what the fuck are you talking about, guys? Oh, wait. We're gonna turn off the music. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're gonna watch the Expanse trailer together. The Expanse Osiris Reborn gameplay trailer. Let's go ahead and check it out. I'm excited. I might try to become a founder to show off a little bit of the game, but let's go ahead and check this game out. Because I looked at Exodus. It's the most Wizard Coast game I've ever seen. People are excited about Exodus and good for them. It's a brand new thing. But I don't think Exodus is going to be for me. I'll check it out, but... Anyway, let's go ahead and go in.
It was like another life. Everything made sense to you.
Oh, you're back already?
Not a bad design. Not a bad design. Just kind of attractive. Not bad. I like the space aesthetic in the back. They're doing pretty well. Expanse has a lot of lore, by the way. Let's go ahead and keep going.
So you flew in on that?
Now, every voice a tight beam.
Protegen will easily turn this into a massacre if they want. We need him alive!
Locked on to you, like a torpedo.
What the fuck is this? Who the fuck is this, bro? I hope you're the enemy so I can just kill you. She looks like the enemy. Yeah. God damn, guys. What the fuck is... Bro, does anybody know how to make beautiful black women? Wait, they know how to make beautiful black women. I saw one. And they just said... Actually, wait a minute. Wait a minute. They made the ugly black woman the bad guy, and they made the good-looking black woman the good guy. Huh. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let him cook. You mean the ugly people are bad? Okay. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I don't even want to look at this. Just tell them you're gonna try to if you try to spin this off as like, yo, actually what she's doing is actually a good thing, I'm gonna kill her. I'm gonna kill her. Like, I already chose that, yo, this is the enemy. I'm gonna kill her. But if you try to do this like, oh, I did it to protect my family.
The universe never tells us if we did right or wrong.
Well, looking at the HUD, that's Michael. You're gonna have two people with you. The armor looks not that bad. This UI needs to change a little bit. It's a little too in the face. A little bit. That's not bad. That's good. Wait. Isn't that person...
Series belongs to Belters. I didn't become a mercenary to run away from my enemies.
Fear festering into hatred. Typical.
Surely a little gun doesn't scare you.
Now, it's giving me Miranda vibes. She looks good. If I didn't mod the game, I'd still like the way she looks. But if I modded her, I would give her bigger tits. But good. How does she look from below?
A Trojan.
Never mind. Yeah, that's... Devs, you do realize that you've literally made the one person that we're gonna romance. Like 100%. Like, I'm looking at everybody that I could romance in here, and I think the only two is either the black chick, depending on her personality, and Regina, the white chick. Good job on the butt shot, by the way. You're getting there, Owlcat, or Alcone.
Protegen let its own enemies in.
An enemy of my enemy is my friend.
That's good facial animations. I think that's Michael. But work on the dialogue, okay? How old are we? Come on now. No sound when you're out there like shooting. Good, smart. Hydroponics. Damn, she dead. What was the lasers for? Oh, him. Osiris. I wonder who these guys are.
We have to find our own answer.
Yeah, good Lord, God. Go. Hold on.
Answer.
Hold on.
We have to find our own answer.
We're looking at everything. Who's that? Whoa, who's that? Who's that? By the way, Owlcat. Correct. Hold on. Moving out the way. That is the design of a female. 100%. That's good. I see there's like a little graphical arrow there at her neck, but that's a woman. I'm never gonna, that jacket, I guess that's your character, but that jacket is, I mean, it's fine. But I like different types of jackets, but yes, good job. Cool. Yeah, see, the female black girl is attractive. Like, she's right there. The Regina's gonna get romanced by every fucking dude ever. That's just how it is. The redheaded girl, I don't know, man. I don't know. It needs the side-shaped hair. I'm already annoyed. But the black chick is attractive. Actually, it looks like somebody that I've seen at the gym. And the white chick, gonna get romanced to shit. I think Michael is gonna be one of the characters that I'm gonna be like friends with. But yeah, good job. Good job on character design. The gameplay looks compelling. Also, the weapons seem to be reactive, which is a good thing. You don't listen. It's important to have an RPG, but it's also important to be like, listen. I not only want to damage my enemies, I also want them to feel what I'm giving them. You know what I'm saying? Where don't give me a big gun and the character that's getting hit is just getting hit and then their health just goes to 0. Okay? There's this thing that RPG makers like to do where there's no sense of ragdoll or suppression or, you know, reaction to your weapons until they die, where it's as soon as their health goes to 0, then they ragdoll and go all over the place. But when they're getting hit, they just, it's like, oh shit, my health is at 50. So you got to make sure that your weapons are highly reactive. And I got a little bit of information on the character's type of what they got. So Regina, damn, she looks good. Regina is the precision sniper scout and expert infiltrator. Polly, this is her, the redhead with the side hair. Okay. Combat support, armored mid-range. Alicia with the black girl, the cyber attack. She's the hacker and deploys drones. Yeah, she kind of looks like somebody who actually works as like an engineer or somebody who would work in software. Really good design. That their design definitely shows exactly who they are. You could tell with Zafar, he's 100% military. Michael looks like he's 100% a detective or somebody who is in the military. Tio, I'm not sure. I'm not sure who he is. I'll see right here. He's malfunction. He's a tough armor and experimental stimulants. Oh, he's into drugs. Nope. His jacket makes sense. Okay, his jacket makes sense. And then we got Exec Officer J. I think that's your identical twin, which you also have. My identical twin is not going to have shaved hair on the side. Yeah, no thanks. We here in the normal society are kind of iffy on that one. Zafar is malfunction, deployable turrets, EMF, using EMF devices. I like the fact that there's different classes, but even though they're different classes, they even though they're like there's not that many classes when it comes to demolition or cyber attack, each person has a different particular set of skills. So one person, Regina, the hot attractive female, she's on scouting and sniper, but there's also another person that's also like that, who is your no, give me a better one. Demolition's a better example. Polly with the red hair. Oh, it says it right here on the side. Polly with the red hair, she has combat support, armored, and mid-range. And then there's another person who's demolition. Michael, the big dude, the big white dude, who has a shield, shoulder-mounted autocannon. So they're the same class, but different types of skills. So I find that really, really good. Really good. Regina's gonna get romanced up and down. I think the ladies have an option because Michael and Zafar kind of look like, you know, like manly adults. So I think the ladies got something there. Alicia, definitely a choice depending on how, you know, she seems like she's pretty cool-headed. I might be interested. Polly, you brought a redhead into video games and you made her look like she's definitely a belter. We'll see if she's interesting at all. It really depends on how she talks, but I don't like that cut off side hair. She had beautiful long red hair and they were like, let's cut the sides off. And I'm like, oh my fucking God, bro, how do you mess up? I mean, clearly you know what? Itty Bitty Titty Committee is coming back with a vengeance lately. So I'll let that slide. But it's all about the personality. Because every time when I see a shaved hair shit, I'm just like, ah. But yeah, definitely interested. I'm so interested in the companions. I might try to do the founder build and then play the game early and test the game out for you guys. I might give it a shot. It depends on how things work out. I'll give it like 2 days for me to think about and then I'll decide. But definitely great trailer. We got more coming in though. Probably reminds me of Jack. No, she doesn't. Jack was... See, the thing about Jack is... Jack was not only attractive, but I liked her mouth. Like, her mouth was like... It's... You can be an asshole and it works, but if you're an asshole and you just seem cringe... it doesn't work. You know what I mean? Like that would be like half of the characters in Outer Worlds 2. Like there could be evil people within Starfield and you're just like, bro, these enemies are fucking cringe. They're assholes, but they're cringe. But Jack comes in and she's an asshole, but she's actually likable. Well, me, I have a sixth sense of humor, so I romanced her. But yeah, definitely a good game. I'm not showing that. That was the Harry Potter trailer. I hope the ladies have more than just the Gale and Asterion type romances. Yes, game devs, women like badass men just as much as men like fat ass women. Easy. Whoa, back up. Whoa, hey.
Whoa, calm down, Jamal. Don't pull out the 9.
Calm down. I don't know why are you telling me that men... Why you? It's like, yeah, men love fat ass women. I'm like, why are you telling me? It's like, I got one moment with a fat chick, and then I was like, never again, never fucking again. It was horrible, bro. They don't clean down there, bro. They do not clean down there, and even if they did, it's not enough. Tally supremacy. See, he gets it. He gets it. All right, let's try the Stalker 2. Let's try the Stalker 2 trailer. Coast of Hope.
This story is full of mysteries, like the zone itself. I could never understand why those guys can't just live in peace. The zone has enough to offer without spilling blood over it. When I heard what happened that sunny day, a chill ran down my spine.
I was there. It was night, and it was raining.
Do you call this peace, Veronin? Is this what peace looks like to you? My guys, they let your men in, shared their food, and what did they get in return?
Yeah.
According to Section 6, Paragraph B of the D4 Agreement, in case of suspicion regarding one of the parties attacking the other, the affected party has the right to secure and surveil a member of the suspected aggressor. No one is being taken! That is my decision to make.
There can be no compromises in this war. We are the ones standing between the zone's plague of filth and ordinary people.
Ray of filth.
Whichever way we go, we always end up in the same exact spot. That's justice.
Is that Hunk?
I suppose.
That's the end of D4.
God, this game looks good. Yo, yes, yo, it's so time for me to come back. Summer 2026. I am so ready for that. The Coast of Hope. So there is an area within that zone where there's a certain what's the word I'm looking for it? What's it called when you're defending the wall? So basically they're trying to prevent anything from coming into the zone that's way too much, like anomalies or mutants or something like that. I'm not too sure, but I'm interested in finding out though. Yeah, definitely. I'll even skip Ashley from Mass Effect 1 just so there's no drama for her. I like Ashley. Some of the weird fans don't like Ashley, but I love Ashley. It's like, I don't know why we have all these aliens here, and I'm like, I don't want everybody to fucking be comfortable around each other. I don't want that. I don't want that. So, yeah, there's no need. We'll go right here. Let's see, what do we got? Ashley's my favorite racist. Hell yeah, she is. Glad the devs are working on more Stalker 2 content. Me too, man. I don't think they've ever stopped. I'm glad for that. Really glad for that. Oh, we'll talk about that later. Ashley would be a perfect Black Templar. Would she though? Yes. Never mind. I take that back. Yes. Yes, she would. But she's a woman, so she can't be a Black Templar. It is what it is. She could be a Sister of Battle though. 100%. 100% Ashley, Sister of Battle. Bro, I want to draw that. I want to draw Ashley with her long white hair as a Sister of Battle, like N7 armor that's meshed up with the Sister of Battle armor, and then she's got a scar for being for trying to be friendly with an alien, and then that scar indicates like, bro, I tried to be friendly with these aliens, and guess what? It didn't work. So I ain't doing it anymore. Crimson Desert got another update. Yep, we're gonna play some more tonight. Yeah, we're gonna play some more tonight. I'm super excited about that. But we have some good news here. You know how we've always been talking about you know, anime and censorship. Not only censorship from anime, but there's been censorship everywhere, and they've been trying, and some of it to no avail. But mostly in Japan, there's been a slew of censorship that's been coming from either the UN or from the West. And so basically the Visas and PayPal, Strip, MasterCard, all those places have been doing a lot of debanking to anime because they don't like what Japan creates, and it's a monopoly 100%. There's something wrong with it, and part of me wants to know why, because one part of me is saying the reason that Visa is not doing any banking with anime or manga creators is because they don't like what they bring to the table. I'm going to assume that, because I know anime can be very controversial, but everybody likes anime that way. So my other thing is like, it's got to be a 100% feelings and decency. I hate that word decency. Nobody knows what the fuck that word means. But they're doing it because, oh well, I believe that what you create is not good for children or anybody to consume over here in the West. And I'm just like, who the fuck who gave you the right to decide what people can watch? So a lot of, you know, creators over there in Japan, because we love Japan, chat, don't we? We love the people of China. I don't know about the government of China, but the people of China want to also create amazing stories and amazing games that are unapologetic, and so does South Korea. And there's been a lot of areas within the West where they're just like, well, listen, we'll let you use the bank, but we can't have you having no low. It's weird. They allow furry shit, but they don't allow lowly content. And I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Like, pick a struggle, you know what I mean? Like, they allow banking to like other crazy shit, but they don't allow like certain anime stuff. There's a lot of things where I'm just looking at like, how did Visa like let this through? But I'm just like, it makes sense because not everybody is me. Somebody else is going to purchase something different, completely different than what I'm going to purchase. So and the other part is like, maybe the second reason to why they're blocking stuff from Japan is probably, I don't think it's money related. I don't think it's like, yo, we're gonna cut a deal, you have to do this and follow the rule. Ooh, actually that probably melds with the first thing that I said. So it's all about conformity. It's all about what's the word? I wouldn't say rules. It's all about what's the word I'm looking for? Submission. Submission is a perfect word. It's all about submission. Listen, you do anime the way we want you to do anime, and then we'll let you use the banks. That's yes. Oh my god, that sounds disgusting, but that's the perfect word, submission. Because they'll allow so many other things to be used by Visa. By the way, you're supposed to be just focused on moving money from left to right. This whole idea that you can just create regulations or TOS out of thin air. There's so many things in TOSs where I'm just like, oh, this is in the TOS, I guess you can't do that. It's kind of like the TOS of Visa and MasterCard is the same TOS for Twitch. Like clearly somebody else is not following the rules, but you'll allow them, but you won't allow anime to come through to get paid. Because I strongly believe that's the deal. So I'm pretty sure, and I'm 100% sure, that maybe 10 or 15 years ago, it would have been just fine. So this must be a brand new sort of, not marketing, but I would say new management. This has to be a new management thing. And the new management with all these sort of businesses are just pretty much coming up and saying, hey, this is what's going down now. You're either with it or against it. And I hate that shit. So anyway, the FTC chairman sent warning letters to PayPal, Stripe, Visa, and MasterCard. They can no longer deny services to legal businesses, including anime and adult content creators. By the way, a lot of these businesses are in America. So you can say, oh man, well, I don't want the government to get involved. No, this is precisely what the government's supposed to be doing. The government's supposed to step in and say, listen, you can't do this. We go above your TOS. Let them get paid. This is capitalism 101. We don't know what you're doing. This follows Trump's order against unfair debanking. By the way, the same debanking that Trump had to go through, because they tried to, if I remember correctly, did Trump get debanked? I think he did. Yes, according to the recent legal filings and reports, as of early 2026, Donald Trump was debanked by major financial institutions following the January 6, 2021 Capitol attack. That fucking that whole thing was fucking debunked. That was bullshit. JP Morgan closed him. $5 billion lawsuit. Bank response. Yep, with JP Morgan. Other banks also sued Capital One. Bank of America rejected him. Regulatory. By the way, Trump literally said, hey, we shouldn't be banging through the Capitol to be like, hey, you can't do this. Let's calmly try to settle our differences and settle our disagreements by a peaceful protest. Everybody saw it. Everybody knew that, but they tried to play it off like, nah, he didn't do that shit. And then they debanked him anyway, making it seem like he was the bad guy. So the same thing with anime is the same thing. Let's see what we got here. So Federal Trade Commission Chairman Andrew N. Ferguson sent letters today to I'm sorry about the white background. I apologize. The letters issued by the CEOs of PayPal, Stripe, Visa, and MasterCard raised concerns about publicly reported examples of financial services companies denying their customers access to services due to their political or religious views. Holy shit, that's so fucked up. Full participation in commerce and public life necessarily requires that law-abiding individuals can access and freely participate in our financial system, Chairman Ferguson wrote. It is inconsistent with American values to deny law-abiding individuals the ability to run their legitimate businesses and feed their families because they attracted the ire of rogue American officials. By the way, this coincides with the same thing when it came to pornographic, like pervert, like video games. It's the same. This is in correlation with video games that got dumped out by Steam. This is the same thing. So we're not just talking about anime. We're also talking about the whole thing with Karen coalition from fucking Australia, so it fits with the same thing. The letters warn the companies that any act or practice of deplatform customers or deny them access to financial products or services, or to facilitate such conduct by other companies that is inconsistent with their terms of service or a customer's reasonable expectations may violate the FTC Act and could lead to an FTC investigation and potential enforcement action. That's good. That's good, because this also coincides with there was big inconsistencies with the terms of service from Steam, where they would just be like, we're banning your video game. Oh, here's a new TOS. I think that was one thing that I really didn't like. It's one thing to be like, ah, shit, well, now we got to change our system now to adhere to these fucking weird ass Karens from Australia. But there's another thing that you could have done, where you could have done like a 30-day sort of like, okay, guys, you guys need to have a 30-day thing. I can't have you on here. I got to do certain things that appeal to these ladies, which still sucks, by the way. And so there was no 30-day notice. The TOS changed, and within a week, they threw out all these fucking hentai games. And I'm just like, holy shit. It was so fast that it made everybody's head spin. And not only that, like, a lot of other people that make hentai are looking worried, like, oh shit, am I next? So, you know, they're not gonna get paid, they get debanked, you know, they're off the platform. And that's the sort of inconsistency that we're talking about. The FTC in recent years has brought numerous enforcement actions against payment infrastructure platforms and related entitles for unfair or deceptive practices, including misleading merchants about fees and contract terms and facilitating fraud on consumers, including through the means of card networks. This is definitely towards anime, but also this is definitely towards like those pornographic video games, like Steam fucked up. 100%. Steam fucked up, like big time. There was no reason for him to change anything at all to those fucking weird ass Karens from the coalition or whatever, because once you give them an inch, they'll take a mile. And it's so funny that they win all these court cases, and then they see Karens from Australia, and they're like, "Oh man, I gotta do it now." And I'm just like, "What are you doing?" And so, and this is not a left or right thing. This is 100% a freedom of expression thing, where people have a right to, you know, consume whatever they want. If you have turns out if you have a card, a bank card, you're 18. See what I'm saying? And these Karens didn't understand that, saying like, oh man, yo, there's kids on here. Yeah, kids with cards, because they're 18 and they pay for the game. What are we talking about here? And so this is what we got for now. So definitely a step in the right direction. 100%. Collective Shout was their name. The Karen Collective would take the decisions, take this decision sitting down. They will spam all the Visa, MasterCard hotlines as usual until their demands are met. They are akin to terrorists that way. They are akin to terrorists, 100%. The problem is that these businesses are frequent sources of fraud, charge backs, and other problems. That's why they're denied before the part where they may be responsible people. If he wants to bank like that, then establish the post office bank. Like, no, I don't think so. No, because in order. So the problem is that these businesses are frequent sources of fraud. If he's talking about Visa and MasterCard, and yeah, he's right about the fraud part, especially with these banks. 100%. I mean, we've seen the whole thing with Minnesota, so who are we kidding? But in actuality, I think we have a chance here, because usually when you hear something saying like, oh man, we have this grand idea, we have this good idea to help people, and then what happens? Nothing happens. It's kind of like hearing about like your roads are gonna get fixed, and then the roads never get fixed. It's the same fucking thing. But I don't think in this moment that's what we're getting. Trump unbanning the weeb and gooner economy based Visa. I don't think people should be allowed to buy these types of games. And then itch.io and Steam are saying nobody's talking to you, just process the payment processor. 100%. It has nothing to do with the anime censorship. They said to stop debanking guns and crypto guys, not any entertainment. It falls in line with the same thing. Also, strongly worded letter means nothing, where is regulation and actual fines being issued. What is the only way to deal with these companies? That's very true. He's right. But if we're having talks about it, listen, here's the thing though, that this person doesn't understand. Nobody has ever talked about this. Nobody. Except the Trump administration. You see what I'm saying? This does fall in line with the same thing with the anime censorship. I don't know why he would say that. It does fall in line with the anime censorship 100%. I want this anime. I want to watch this anime. I'm paying for this anime. I'm paying for this hentai. I'm paying for this porn. Regardless of what you think about it, you're supposed to be a payment processor. And when you do this whole thing where it's like, you can't purchase this, that's a problem. That falls in line exactly with what is going on here. But when you say something where, but when you're talking about like a strong letter, I agree with you. I don't want just strong letters. But the fact that we're having this conversation is very, very important, because let me tell you something. Ain't nobody has moved like Trump has, okay? They don't just do shit to just do shit, which I'm so glad for, okay? I'm really thankful for like the administration actually doing something like 100%. I get it. I totally get the whole fact that there's like a lot of bureaucratic bullshit where it's just like, we're gonna do this. Like politicians, they say they're gonna do something, and then as soon as they're elected, they don't do anything. 100%. But with this administration, they've already done a lot of stuff that I wanted them to do. The biggest one is something that I won't talk about here right now. It has to do with schools and, you know, Christianity, but I'm not gonna talk about it here. But basically, that's what I want, is a focus on that. Send this to every company that blamed payment processors for their censorship. Praise be to the anime titty games come back to Steam. I would like that. A lot of people are saying, oh no, not a strongly worded letter. I kind of agree with them. I don't like strongly worded letters. I agree, but come on guys, listen. You do realize that this administration is one of the administrations that went to war with Iran. All the other fucking presidents were like, oh, don't you do it. Don't you do it. But you won't trade with us? Oh, don't you do it. No. Don't you do it. Because if you do it, and then Trump comes around and it's like, yeah, we're going to bomb you. So, yeah, we're going to bomb you in like, what? 3 hours? We're going to bomb you in 3 hours. Yeah, it's coming. It's on the way. Giant black Dorito on your head. It's on the way. Yeah, heads up. So, that's my hope. Call it copium. I call it hopium. I think this is a perfect step in the right direction. We need to have more By the way, these sort of conversations are very important. If we keep on hearing news about this, if we actually have actual, what's the word I'm looking for? If we have, what's the word I'm looking for? appointments. If we have appointments with, because we've had there were many appointments with PayPal, Visa, and MasterCard, and within like the Senate, and yeah, I'm all too familiar with why we having this conversation if nothing is gonna happen. I'm all too familiar with that, but I think we're gonna move in the right direction. I'm giving it hope. Fingers are crossed. Let's do this. I want to move forward. Please, common sense. Let people do what they want. Yeah, let's do it. 100%. 100%. Okay. I think it is time for my review. I think so. Hold on. What? I didn't mean that. They're already making Crimson Desert ambient music. No shit. Is this a good one? That's good. That's enough. Okay. All right. Let's do this review. All right. Because I might as well get the review out now for Crimson Desert, because I'm not going to finish this game any fucking time soon, and I got a lot to say. Let's see. Bring this down here. Let's see. God, there's a lot. I don't even know which one to pick. This review on Crimson Desert is... There's a few things that I just don't like. Yeah. Okay. These reviewers don't know shit, and even one IGN reviewer gave it a 0 out of 10 because there was no LGBT. Wait, I don't think it was an IGN reviewer. No, I think it was just a reviewer. Yeah. I think it was... You don't need to see that, chat. Those are the grippers. Yeah. I believe it was... Yeah, it was an anonymous Metacritic user. Now reportedly deleted. Yeah, it got deleted from Metacritic. Yeah. I was wondering that too, because I was thinking to myself, surely that can't... IGN is one of those, like... IGN is definitely one of those people that are just like, listen, clearly we're IGN, but we're also Kotaku. But we're IGN, but we're really Kotaku. But we're IGN and we focus on games, but we're secretly Kotaku. That's IGN. Once you understand that, everything falls into place. There's a reason why Destin Laguerre left IGN. There's a lot of reasons why people left IGN or got fired. Let me go get a go to the bathroom, and I'll come right back, and we can start this review. I am gonna try to make this review short and sweet because I got a lot to say. I'll try. I know I blab a lot, guys. Y'all have seen you around every now and then. How we like in this game, it warms the soul seeing how most of the Western media's efforts to keep it down fumbled. Yeah, that is 100% the deal, and I think there is a video that I would like to show you guys where I think there's a deep-seated reason for them doing that, and let me see if I can find that information. Please tell me I can find that video.
There is a reason public trust in games media has been in freefall for years, and I think that reason has never been more fully laid bare than in IGN's latest article on Crimson Desert, published the morning after a Pearl Abyss shareholders meeting. Because when the CEO stood up and explained his team's decision, that they deliberately chose gameplay and combat over story, that it was a conscious economic trade-off, that they built what they do best and accepted the cost honestly.
By the way, did you know that Breath of the Wild literally has a short opening, and then it literally lets you go, and then you could just discover the world on your own? I mean, they do the same thing with Elden Ring, where they give you a short opening, and then you could just go off and play Elden Ring. So the fact that they let you go so quickly, they give you a sizable tutorial at the beginning, but they truly let you go. And we could talk about the beginning opening of the story. It could use some help. Like, let's say, why the hell are you guys at a funeral for people that I don't even know about, and all that sort of stuff? We could have adjusted the opening, but all in all, the gameplay was the focal point. That was their design philosophy of the game. We're not trying to make Baldur's Gate 4 up in this bitch. I know a lot of these game developers like to say, like, oh, you need story. Oh, you need story. No, not really. There's a lot of games that don't have a story, and if they do have a story, it's like deep-seated in the game, and you kind of have to read to understand the story. And let me tell you, in 2026, people don't want to read shit.
He didn't just show humility. He inadvertently dismantled.
What was wild to me is how much they chose to focus on the story. Never have I seen them trying to make it such a focus when the game doesn't focus on it. Well, that's the thing, though, because they chose to make the game, before even playing it, they chose to make the game in their head what they think it should be. Where instead of just jumping into this game and letting, the fingers do the talking and be like, all right, let it rip. You know what I mean? This is Pearl Abyss. The last game that I remember from them is BDO. But they looked at it like, oh shit, this is going to be an RPG where you could become a bard and a paladin or a fucking sorcerer. Who the fuck told you that? And then we got some people out here saying like, bro, I wish I could. It's like, I thought we could create a character in this game. Who the fuck told you that? It's like, oh, I thought there's no story in this game. Who the fuck told you we're going to focus on story in this game? Who said that? Who said that? The only thing that I understood when coming into this game was there were going to be hot bitches. There was going to be insane action combat, and it was going to be a big world. That's all I knew. Also, your characters are fixed. Those are the 4 things that I understood completely. After that, I didn't fucking know shit. These people came in and was like, okay, so this is going to be Witcher 3 because you ride horses, right? And I'm like, who the fuck?
IGN's entire review in one sentence. Because the core of that review, the jack of all trades criticism, the implication that the game failed by not excelling at everything simultaneously, was answered right there. Pearl Abyss never tried to do everything. They chose, deliberately, transparently, and the market validated that choice completely. That moment deserved one thing from IGN. Not agreement, not a retraction, just the basic institutional honesty to say, our framework missed something real here. That's it. One sentence. The kind of sentence that would have earned more respect from this community than 1,000 well-written reviews. The kind of sentence Pearl Abyss just modeled in a room full of shareholders when they had every reason not to. Instead, they came back out and said, "See, even they admit we were right." And it speaks directly to the institution's own explanation for its collapse of public trust.
Jeez, IGN. So listen, we got game reviewers, we got game journalists reviewing games, and then we got people reviewing game journalists. 1 out of 10. IGN lost their plot years ago and always gets it wrong. They are an arrogant group of writers who no longer have a semblance of professionalism or legitimate criticisms. They are condensing, and there's more to it, but I can't see it. Anything online, reviewers, news, and podcasts, stay away. IGN is one of gaming's most recommended and recognized names, but if you've been around gaming for any type of time, if you know, you know. I mean, I wish I could read more of that. IGN scoring Crimson Desert a 6 out of 10 is enough for them to lose credibility with the vast majority of gamers. Some viewers on games just don't make sense at all. Looks like they were written by complete amateurs. It's baffling sometimes. Most reviews are either extremely biased or just straight up wrong. And I'll hear nothing from anybody who's saying like, well, it's just that reviewer. It's just that reviewer. It's not all of IGN. It's all of IGN. 100%. 100%. You think this freelance writer could just come up there and just put his 6 out of 10 and then bolt and leave? Nah, he's gotta come up to the IGN like bigwigs up there and be like, all right, I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. It's like, nah, you're okay. Yeah, 6 out of 10. It can't be any higher than 7 because it's another Asian studio that is not politically aligned with anything that we believe in. And every day, every single day, I am proven wrong again and again. I keep thinking to myself, there's no way IGN would give a low score to Asian developers because they're not friends or buddy with fucking Pearl Abyss, because 1, they speak an entirely different language, and 2, they speak an entirely different language when it comes to video games. Okay, their design philosophy to video games is completely different than what fucking game journalists believe in IGN. And here's another thing, like they did the same thing with Black Myth Wukong, where that fucking dumb fat bitch tried to like what's the word, tried to demonize the fucking Chinese room, not the Chinese room, but Game Science, the people that made Black Myth Wukong. She came out and said like, oh well, they're all misogynistic, judging by the little Chinese that I know in my small ass brain. And so after hearing that random bullshit from that fat bitch, word for word, the Black Myth Wukong devs said, we're not fucking talking to you. Yeah, but he's like, can we talk about the game or anything? We're not talking to you. We don't follow what you do over in the West. No more of you. Please leave. Don't talk to us again. That's what happens. Of course that's what happens. When you come out and say something like, oh, well, these developers, over a lie, by the way, you come out to these developers and saying, these developers are misogynistic. First of all, they can be whatever the fuck they want to be, okay? They want to hate something, they want to dislike something, it don't fucking matter, okay? Surprise, surprise, Mr. Hardcore Mode doesn't want to change how people think. A little bit. But But surprise, surprise, it's just like you came out and tried to, you know, do something defamatory. That one bitch should have fucking got sued. The Chinese people are so fucking nice. They're so fucking nice that they should have. I don't know if you could sue. No, you can. No, it is defamatory. No, they could have sued. Holy shit, I thought about it for a second. It's one thing to go up to one developer and say like, you're like, let's say a lie here. You're ugly, or you're not a really nice like game developer or something like that. Or you're shit at your job. You're not going to get in trouble for that. But when you come out and say, hey, this person is mean to women at his own job, he's mean to his own to women over there, that's defamatory. And that'll affect how their stock will go. So that this is not some sort of, oh, well, she's just saying something for the sake of saying something to one developer. No, she's saying all of you, all of the game devs within Black Myth Wukong are misogynistic. That's 100% defamatory, and they could have gone to court with that, but they decided not to do that. It's like coming up to somebody saying like you're a pedophile or something like that. Defamatory. It's like coming up to somebody and saying like, it's like, hey, you're that one psycho killer down the street. Another defamatory thing. You know what I mean? You assaulted a woman. That's another defamatory thing. And not something like, well, you're ugly, or you're not a really nice guy, or let's say like you don't pay your bills or something like that. That's none of that is really considered, you're an idiot when you do that to random people, but that's not really defamatory. But you get what I mean when there's a difference there. And yeah, a lot of Asian developers are talking to one another lately, and they're just realizing, Western game journalists are fucking insane. Devs shouldn't focus on being the next anything when it comes to making a game. That's why many fans of Dragon Age were asking for BioWare back then to stick to Origins style. We were sticking to Origins. We were begging them. But they kept on I knew something was gonna head down a dark path whenever they introduced what's that girl, Sarah from Dragon Age Inquisition. I was like, where are we going? That was the point where I was just like, where are we going? What are we doing? It was not the Mass Effect ending for Mass Effect 3. Yes, it sucked. But it's not a bad ending is not where I thought like BioWare was gonna go. But it's definitely when I saw Sarah from Dragon Age Inquisition where I'm just like, who wrote this bitch?
Because they do have an explanation. They always do. The audience changed. Too populist, too reactive, too easily whipped into outrage to engage seriously with professional criticism anymore. An excuse for everything. Perhaps there's a kernel of something real in that. Perhaps there will always be bad actors in this space. But that explanation requires absolutely nothing from the people offering it. No self-examination, no pattern recognition, no honest reckoning with a track record the audience has been quietly and accurately assembling for years. Not the reviews that championed commercial failures. Not the score.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
Reviews that
EA CEO says Dragon Age the Veilguard failed to resonate with the broad audience. Gamers increasingly want shared world features. We didn't say that shit at all. That's the kind of shit I fucking hated.
Championed commercial failures. Not the scores that moved markets in the wrong direction. Not the contradictions between what they praised and what the world actually embraced. The fault always lies somewhere else. The audience, the drama channels, the culture.
They always come back to us, boys. They always come back to us. Like, well, like, you know, I'm just saying, you know, who's feeding you? Who's who's feeding you? You got mouths to feed, right? Who's feeding you? That's right, it's us. There were libtards that were frothing at the mouth when there were mods that made Sarah bisexual because she was originally supposed to be bi, but it was cut. I didn't fucking know that shit. I didn't fucking know that shit. I don't even fucking want that bitch. Their out of touch syndrome has reached new highs. It has reached new highs. How is it you're gonna do an 8 out of 10? By the way, this is the same guy, by the way, that did Crimson Desert review for 6 out of 10. He did an 8 out of 10 for Outer Worlds 2, and he did a 7 out of 10 for Concord and called it good. You lose all fucking reputation with that shit. Fuck right off. You know how much money Sony lost?
Always external, never internal.
Developers will play the game for 30 minutes and be like, yeah, this is a 7 out of 10 game. They'll shoot with the gun and be like, bro, when I shoot, I'm playing a fat bitch in a fucking woke game. I'm playing a they them fat trans bitch, and I'm just going around in the same map. I lift up a wall and I shoot one guy. And oh my gosh, the controls are so intuitive. Oh, and the visualizations and the UI and the effects and the pixels just resonate, and it follows a certain aesthetic to you're fucking gay. You're fucking gay and you have no taste. Watch all the reviews. Especially from Travis Northup, who did Crimson Desert 6 out of 10, and follow all of the fucking reviews from the same person that reviewed Veilguard and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Hear how they talk. They do not know how to write because they don't know how to talk. Okay? And I'm not going to hear all this shit where they're saying, oh, well, talking could be different than writing. No, it can't. No, it fucking can't. Who told you that? Who said that? Only a fucking retard would say that. Fuck right off. Okay? You got this motherfucker on Travis Northup talking about this game reminds me of Witcher 3 because it's a guy on a horse. That's the same guy. This game reminds me of GTA because you could steal somebody's horse. And I'm like, why didn't you just say Red Dead Redemption 2? Hello? Why did you say GTA? Where the fuck did that come from?
Pearl Abyss spent 7 years and approximately $133 million building Crimson Desert. They built their own engine, the Black Space Engine, rather than licensing Unreal, like virtually every other major studio operating at this budget level.
They probably have wet dreams of seeing us all replaced with their main audience, but bad news for them. Yeah, apparently you can't force feed us slop. You can't force feed us slop. It's not gonna happen. Blood Angel says, I know for the fact they didn't finish the game. They do not finish games. They do not finish games. I'm pretty sure each and every one of you has a game in your head, and you're so curious if they finish the game. You know what I mean? There's certain things that I want to ask Travis, this fucking big-headed fuck. There's certain things I want to ask him about Witcher 3 to see if he's played the game, and I'm 100% sure he's gonna fucking get it wrong. 100% sure. By the way, if you say you're a fan of the said game that nobody liked because of lore-breaking fucking issues, you're not a fucking fan. You're a fucking biased political fucking piece of shit. That fucking trans freak that fucking did a 9 out of 10 for Veilguard. Oh my gosh, did such a good job with By the way, Who the fuck talks like this? They don't go in your face with the gender stuff. And I'm like, bro, a toddler can write better shit than this. What the fuck is wrong with you? These are the types of individuals that you're supposed to see at a GameStop at an odd hour that doesn't buy anything. And they have a crush on one of the fucking people at the register, okay? They're like, yeah, I already got this Funko Pop. Yeah, I pretty much already got all these Funko Pops. Yeah. So what's your name? That's where you're supposed to be. That's where you belong. Not fucking in IGN.
That decision alone speaks to something genuinely uncommon in an industry that has...
I've seen people playing this game for 150 hours and they haven't gotten halfway through the game yet because they kept getting distracted with everything in the world. That's how you make a video game. Because it is very easy to get people bored in this TikTok brain world of ours. And when you chat, for an example, I'm trying my best to get a certain dog in this game, a husky, but I keep on getting fucking distracted every fucking time. I'm just like, okay, I need to go back to the camp, go to sleep, come back and give him more food. And then I'm walking over to the husky and there it is right there. There's a hidden alcove, there's a hidden cave, and I'm just like, what's that? Just 3 minutes, just 3 minutes, you know what I mean? Just 3 minutes and I'll come over and get the dog.
Is largely optimized.
And then I went back after I got out of the cave and got the loot. I get out of the cave and then I'm walking back to the city to get the dog. The dog is to the right. The gambling center is to the left. I became 600 silver richer. And then I finally made it to the dog. I was like, all right, dog, I got the food and the meats and I'll be right back. Daddy's gotta get some money. Bro, and I won 620 silver, and I was like, yeah. And I came back to the dog and I was like, I forgot the food. I'll be right back. This is why people don't watch my stream for Crimson Desert, because they just watch me spin around like a fly. Just spin around. I'm just like, I'm supposed to do this. I'm not doing this. I'm supposed to be doing this. I'm not doing this. I'm supposed to be doing this. I'm too distracted with something else again. I'm not going to do this just yet. I'll be right back. I promise. I plan on doing it, but I want to see what the fuck is over here. As a matter of fact, there's an area in the map where it's 100% freezing. Your character will freeze and get killed and get shot out by fucking draugrs, just so I can get in the spire that's in the middle of the area. And I'm just like, bruh, I'm not gonna get in here. So I left. I said I'll come back later. Emergent storytelling is what we call this. It's one of my faves. Yeah, it's like the story is to the side and then you create your own story as you play. Like, there's been many times where I accidentally blow myself up trying to liberate an area, or there's many times where I'm just like finding beautiful areas and like trying to solve a puzzle, and there's so many moments where I'm just creating these said especially with the combat. The combat is so massive to where I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck will happen. Am I gonna win? Am I gonna get my... You remember that one time yesterday or the day before when I've been clotheslining people day by day, and then I fight the black bears and now they're the ones clotheslining me, and I felt so offended. I was like, only I can clothesline people. Only me. And I got clotheslined like like a twofer. Like one person clotheslined me, I got back up, I got clotheslined again, and I was like, bro, everybody's just got the same. As I get further, I realize that everybody's gonna have the same attacks as me, and I'm just like, bro, this sucks. This sucks. But I'm salivating in the mouth. I watch your streams and Jay the Concept streams all the time, even if y'all get distracted with stuff. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. I watch Jay the Concept too. I get heavily distracted. I tell you guys, bro, I'm working on my camp, and then it looks like I'm not doing anything, but I'm actually doing a lot. I'm like trying to calculate shit. Anyway, let me do the review. I'm not gonna watch this video anymore. Let me go ahead and do this review. Okay. Hardcore, congrats on the Harry Potter role. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. It's like, what's this? What's this? Child support, not on my watch. Incendio. I still stay and watch even when you get distracted. Yeah, thanks. Okay. Okay, here we go. Hey everybody, this is Mr. Hardcore Mode, where nothing is easy. Warriors and witches, how y'all doing? And God bless. We are here to do a review on Crimson Desert, a game that I clearly have not finished, but I'm having such a blast that I'm going to give you my verdict. My verdict is not this 6 out of 10 trash heap of a fucking freelance writer. You know what we call a freelance writer? That's right, unemployed. Let's continue. I am going to give you my review and start off with the performance. Then I'm going to give you the story. Then I'll give you the gameplay, which is the most important stuff. And then I'll give you some little bit of controversy stuff at the end. So let's go ahead and do this wonderful thing here right today. So this game's made by Pearl Abyss, the same people that did BDO. By the way, South Korean developers. They know how to make hot women, and I firmly appreciate that. Crimson Desert is a game that I was looking forward to for a while now. I've been on and off about it, but it's finally here. Let's talk about the performance. The performance for this game is so fucking weird. It's highly optimized to the point it's optimized. It's highly optimized. But there are shimmering and ghosting that happens a lot in this game. When the light in this game, when you put out your lantern is the sun. You pull out your lantern and shove your lantern in somebody's face, it is just pure sunlight. You don't see someone's face, you see light, okay? So I hope that there's a fix for that, maybe a mod later, but that is definitely really needed. And the ghosting and the shimmering, the blurriness, that definitely needs to be taken care of. But all in all, very highly optimized game. There's, especially for me, that handles the PC. PS5, I'm so sorry that you went through all that, but I think you guys are going to do just fine here, especially after the patch just went through, a second patch, by the way, which made the game much better. Here we go with the story. The story for Crimson Desert isn't the main focus. It is a template for something fun. Especially when you're out there, pretty much your character is a silent protagonist who just goes out there in the world discovering brand new dungeons, different ways of puzzles, finding beautiful vistas, and just getting loot after loot and growing your camp in this beautiful game. You're trying to, your focal point is the gameplay, not really the story. So at first I didn't really like the story. The beginning area could work on it, but even though the story is kind of hit and miss, I'm still engaged. Compared to all the fucking filth I've been getting lately with Veilguard and fucking, bro, whoa, where do I even begin with the games that I've been getting lately? The story for this game is far superior than what I've been getting lately. Starfield, get the fuck out of here. Outer Worlds 2, get the fuck out of here. What else? What else? Concord, let's stop. Okay? And by the way, just random thing, if there's game journalists out there that are giving low scores like this because the story's bad, let me remind you that this same person gave Concord a 7 out of 10. And by the way, this motherfucker ain't talking about the fucking story for that game. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? See, they have this sort of idea that like, oh, well, since this is an open world action adventure game, there should be a whole fucking story. No, 100% no. There's a lot of indie games that I'm playing right now that I don't know the story about, but I'm loving the gameplay. Tainted Grail, The Fall of Avalon, and fucking Ardenfell, which is in early access right now. It's like, where do I even begin with so many like indie titles or AA titles that I'm actually enjoying the gameplay more than the story? By the way, Tainted Grail is a great game, but guess what score? I'm just gonna randomly pull this out because even though I'm talking about the story, because I think Tainted Grail's story is not bad, but it's not really the focal point of what I've been thinking about. But oh my gosh, yes it is. Yes it is. Since oh yeah. Yep. Here it is. Here you go. Tainted Grail is also another good game that I highly recommend. And there we go. There we go. There we go. You see what I mean? I want to pull up Dying Light the Beast, which is also a good game with good gameplay. But a lot of these fucking game journalists, they want to be novelists so bad it fucking disgusts me. But let's continue. The story is good. It's focused on the Greymanes. They're trying to they got bombarded by the Black Bears, and they're trying to restore their group and their homeland and get back home and, you know, try to protect Pyloon from the Black Bears. But there's way more to it than that. I'll just leave it at that. I think these side characters are bring out the main character more than people think. A lot of people don't like the main character because the main character is quiet, but I've seen people like that. There's a lot of quiet men out there that really don't say much, and then they just do their job. That's him. That's 100% this character. He could use a little bit of a tweak, but not too much. The main sauce to Cliff is his allies, his other Greymanes, and that really brings out Cliff way more than that when you play more of the game. Now let's talk about the gameplay. Gameplay, fucking absolutely fucking awesome and brutal at the same time. But I want to focus on one thing and one thing only before we go into the gameplay. The UI, whoever's responsible for the UI and whoever's responsible for the controls, I want your head on a spike. I'm sorry. I know it's been two patches and it's finally fixed, but I gotta say something. Why the fuck did you put lock on the caps button? No, I'm serious. When I opened this game up, I saw the letter Z, and I was like, who the fuck uses the letter C at the main menu? Who the fuck does that? It's like, press Z to start a new game, and I'm like, nigga, what? To lock on the enemy, hit the caps button. You mean the caps button on the left of the fucking keyboard? I heard that the controller's better, but that's not what I got. They did do a lot better with the controls, but I need to figure out how to tweak a little bit of it. But it's in a good spot right now. So when it comes to the overall exploration, fan fucking 10 out of 10, great game. It does things that I wish more developers could do, where they don't hold your hand, and they really do not hold your hand in this game. By the way, this is an action adventure simulation game, okay? This is not an RPG. You do not level up. You can put skill points on certain areas, but this game is kind of like Kenna Bridge of Spirits, which is also a good game. That this game has puzzles. This game has like an open world. This game has you could kill a lot of characters in this game, but it does take, you know, you leveling up your armor and gear to get, you know, stronger in this game. That's what will really make your attacks and your defense improve overall. So it's not an RPG. Don't know why these fucking weirdos keep saying it. I really don't get it. So here is another one. When it comes to the gameplay, I talked about it a little bit. They really don't hold your hand in this. When it comes to the puzzles, when it comes to like finding different loot and like interacting with the main story or side story, they really want you to pay attention, and they believe that you will pay attention. And I think that's what we need more of. There's way too much TikTok brain. Everybody's turning into DSP, and it's fucking annoying. Thank God this game's going up to 5 million fucking sale copies real soon. I think that's a great thing. But this is what I've been getting through this game, okay? There was 2 moments where I saw 2 puzzles, okay? These 2 puzzles, I got aggravated. I got irritated because I couldn't figure out the puzzle. You know what I did? I tried to get the answer online. After I got the answer online, I felt it. That feeling that now this game is entirely not my own. Well, not entirely, but you get what I'm saying. Whereas, okay, now somebody just gave me the answers. Now it's not even my game anymore. It's somebody else's game. And even though I feel relieved that the puzzle's finished, now I'm just like, well, fuck, man. It's like I just looked it up, and the funny thing is, those 2 moments with those puzzles, those 2 moments, I was right there at finding the answer if I kept on looking. I was right there. It's one of those moments where you know that meme little cartoon where the guy is digging underground and he's digging for diamonds and then he gives up right before he finds a whole bunch of diamonds? That's what I've been feeling. Where I was like, where I would find something and then I would try to figure it out, and then I would be right there. Right there, if I kept on looking like I was doing, I would have figured it out, but I didn't. I stopped and I looked something up, and then the thing says, oh yeah, you were going the right way. Yeah, just go up there and go down the hole and pick up the seal, and then you can use the seal to finish the puzzle. And I'm just like, after that, I stopped. I no longer look for anything online. Every time when a video comes up about Crimson Desert, I'm just like, no thank you. No more tips. This is one of those games where, yes, you could do a whole community thing, and I think that's great for everybody else. But for me, my name is Mr. Hardcore Mode, and I like to figure this shit out on my own, because that's what they did. That's what you guys as gamers did. I wanted to be like, bro, I figured that shit out. And if I miss something, I'll just play the game again, or go, you know, find it or something like that, because that'll increase the longevity of this game. Because there will be something that I find that you guys don't find when you play this game, and there will be things that you find in this game that I never found. But that's the kind of design philosophy that I really, really do enjoy. I saw the litmus test for everybody starting up this game within the first 30 minutes, and they couldn't figure out how to open the door. Like, it took me about 2.5 minutes to figure out how to open the door, and I was like, oh, okay, that's what I had to do. Everybody else kind of just, not everybody, not massively, but a lot of people were just like, I don't know where to go. And when I found that out, I was just like, oh yeah, there it is. I'm stupid. Those are the two gamers you right there. The one person that's like, oh, there it is, I'm stupid. And then the other person is just like, oh my god, worst game ever, gonna return this game. There's also a third person that just knew. You sons of bitches. There's also the person that just knew the puzzle. But the combat in this game, fucking great. There's so many. This is the game where I'm just like, finally, there's a game where what you do or do to the enemy, it actually has an impact. It shows. There's a lot of RPGs out there where I'm just like, bro, I hit you with a fireball. Are you going to react? But no, they don't react. They just walk left and right, and they're like, ah, 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 ah. And then they just hit you. And I'm just like, what the fuck is this? Whereas in this game, you punch or fucking RKO a person, they fucking feel it, bro. Oh my God, finally. But at the same time, your character can get the same heat as well, okay? I've been clotheslining motherfuckers in this game left and right. It felt good. And now I'm in this part of the game in Crimson Desert where now they're clotheslining me. And I'm like, what the fuck? That's my shit. It's kind of like those moments in video games where you heal all the time and then out of nowhere the boss heals. And you're like, wait a minute. You can't do that. That's not fair. You can't. That's against the law. But it's definitely great moments with the combat. Highly suggest. You have 3 different options to play different characters, but it takes time to get to the other 2 characters. You play as Cliff. He mainly has sword and shield, but he can choose a second weapon, which is a spear. He could also do dual wielding. He can also do, what else do we got? Spear. Oh, unarmed combat, which is fucking great. Dual wielding. There's also massive weapons, but that's for a different character. And there's also a shield and rapier, but that's for a different character. Very beautiful game. Very beautiful women. Definitely suggest for this game. By the way, each one of those characters, you can summon them and have them join you to fight different like sort of layers and a bunch of enemies, which is a really good thing. You also can collect a whole bunch of pets in this game. That's just gonna make every woman get their pussy wet. They just love cute shit. That's just how it is, okay? That's how you get your money in this game. There's also, and they pick up your loot as well. There's also this grand sort of way of taking care of your base with your gray mains and like making it become your own hub and your own sort of like transactional way of taking care of your loot and yourself as well. You could have a farm. You could have you know, your sort of you have a provisioner. You have a person that takes care of trading goods and wagons. You can dispatch other men to take care of certain things so you can get more funds. A whole bunch of stuff. And by the way, each one of those things helps you get richer in some sort of way. You can get food. All of a sudden, when you grow with the gray mains, you become self-sufficient 100%. And I think that's a great thing to add into the game. Now, a lot of people are going to say something like, it's got too many systems. Yes. And guess what? I follow with it. I fucks with that. The only person that'll say something like, it's got too many systems. The only people that are saying that are people that are retarded. Okay? That's the only reason. Listen, it's not that hard. Once you figure out that you can have a whole life sim with your mates, you can do trades. It's literally, if Red Dead Redemption and fucking Animal Crossing and what else? Black Desert Online had a baby, this is what the game would be. You have to take care of your town, your people. You also have a buttload of side stories and stories that you could follow with. There's a lot of combat, which does very well with much like BDO. Well, it's better than BDO, by the way. But there's a lot to it where it's just, by the way, if there's any sort of reviewer out there that's saying this game reminds you of GTA, throw them out the fucking window, okay? Do you see any cars in Crimson Desert? Do you see any Bentleys in Crimson Desert? No, I didn't fucking think so, okay? All right. This game's got fucking, what, horses and and gallantry, if I remember how he said it. But yes, the gameplay is very, very fun, especially for those people that like to take care of certain stuff in video games. It's kind of like when you, like, not only is there combat and exploration that's really fun, but there's definitely mechanics within the game that's kind of like fun work. And people kind of like fun work, especially dudes. Dudes love fun work. How do you think Farm Simulator is doing? Truck Simulator. Come on, man. It's just what dudes like to do. Power Wash Simulator. It's just how it is. People are like, oh man, it's like, bro, you would leave your job just to do another job? And I'm like, it's honest work. I don't know what you want from me. It's just how it is. And so even though it's not something that you want to do, these millions of people that are playing the game actually do like it, doing that sort of thing. It just depends whether or not it's intuitive or not. And it already is. People have abundantly already have said that this game is definitely their game of the year, even though it can beat the shit out of you in this game. It really doesn't hold your hand. And there's some moments where I'm just like, bro, I want to get off this game. And then you go to work, and while you're at work, what do you think about? I really want to play Crimson Desert. That's how you get them. That's how you get it. By the way, I'm hearing that they're going to try to do multiplayer. No, they were talking about multiplayer, and then they said, yeah, we're not going to do multiplayer because the integrity of the optimization of the game would fall drastically. So there's not going to be any multiplayer, but there's going to be free content soon. I would really like it if they put a sexy female mage in this game. By the way, get rid of your censorship LA team. Get them the fuck out of here, okay? I want panties, I want booties, I want big titty, like waifus all in this game. There's beautiful women in here, but you put coats on these bitches. Let the titties free. Let the titties be free. Anyway, let's do the controversial portion of the game. These game journalists are fucking parasites. Do not listen to them, okay? There are too many things where I'm just like, what the fuck are you talking about? Every time when I think to myself, I will never be a writer, and then I read and listen to what these people say in IGN, GameSpot, all these people, they are fucking retarded. They don't make any fucking sense. After all, Veilguard. We had a fucking weirdo that did Veilguard and gave it a 9 out of 10, but at the end of it, he said, oh, well, if they don't make another Dragon Age game, well, I'm glad that this one is the last one. Why the fuck would you say that? Why the fuck would you say that? That's like going to your wedding and then saying to your soon-to-be wife, and if things don't work out well, there's always your sister. What the fuck did you just say? You just admitted that Veilguard was shit, but you gave it a 9 out of 10. Tainted Grail, The Fall of Avalon. Great game to a lot of people. Made millions of copies. What the fuck is this 6 out of 10? Huh? Huh? What's that? Oh, but you gave Concord. You gave Concord a 7 out of 10. You gave, what's it called? You gave, what's another game that nobody played? You gave Outer Worlds 2 an 8 out of 10. Nobody played that game. Avowed. You gave Avowed a 7 out of 10. Nobody played the game. As a matter of fact, people got shut down or fired from for making Avowed. So, Concord. You gave that a 7 out of 10. That whole fucking studio got obliterated. So what are we doing? Oh, but cool thing about all these game journalists is that not only they just don't like Asian developers, by the way. It's fucking, it's weird. I thought I was the nationalist, but for some odd reason, these game journalists are more nationalist than I am. Anybody that doesn't know IGN or GameSpot or all these people, they're considered outsiders. So when these Asian developers come out and be like, yeah, I'm a gamer, I'm trying to make a video game, check it out. Millions of people like it, and game journalists come out being like, well, I don't know you, so I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. The end. That's literally what it is. 110%. You might think I'm kidding. You might think I'm joking, but that's 100% what it is. It is a fucking circle jerk with these motherfuckers. 110%. Every time when you think to yourself, man, this is a great game, Capcom they'll let go because they got close ties with Capcom. But let's talk about Bungie for a second. What are these game journalists talking about with Marathon? Because Marathon came out a month ago, and Marathon, the Bungie developers, said, hey, can you game journalists please wait a month after Marathon releases and then do a review? Pretty please? IGN, PC Gamer, and GameSpot waited a month after Marathon came out, gave that shit a 9 out of 10. Nigga, what the fuck are we doing? Talk about it, you're paid in some way, and it might not be cash. It's more Gamergate shit. You waited. That's not what we do. Last time I checked, you do it day one that the game comes out, or the day before. You do a review. But these motherfuckers said, oh, well, I love sucking Bungie's dick. They got the best veins and the best pubic hair. I love it. Yum yummy in my tummy. And so they wait a month, and then GameSpot, PC Gamer, IGN giving glowing reviews to Marathon that a game that is critically failing right now. A live service, especially coming from Sony Bungie, you need a lot of fucking money. You need a lot of engagement, and they're not getting it because the gamers have decided this is some trashy fucking gay shit. By the way, why the fuck would IGN, PC Gamer, all these people give low reviews to Crimson Desert, who accidentally forgot to get rid of some AI art on some pictures, and then talk about that and be like, oh, well, they forgot to take the AI pictures out of the Crimson Desert game, but for some odd reason, they totally forgot about Bungie taking and stealing art from a woman and putting it into the game. Like, you didn't reduce any points for that. You didn't. You said Marathon stole fucking art from this woman, and they weren't gonna change anything until they got caught. Anyway, 9 out of 10. How fucked up do you have to be to give glowing reviews to these sort of developers? By the way, fuck AI. Bungie just came out and just stole. Everybody's talking about AI. Nobody's talking about the real G, Bungie, stealing shit. Nobody's talking about that. I'm out here just like, bro, everybody talking about AI. What about Bungie saying, fine, I'll do it myself? Thanos style. Just stole somebody's fucking art and just slapped that shit right on the fucking game. They said, we don't need AI. We could just go to somebody's house and take their fucking curtains. And they gave it a glowing review. And I'm like, but let's not talk about that. We're here to talk about Crimson Desert. Crimson Desert, for me, the final verdict is going to be a 9 out of 10 with a fucking sick-ass seal of approval. This is definitely my game of the year. Even though the game is a 9 out of 10, the reason why I'm doing a 9 out of 10 for this game is because I do not do $70 games. No game should be $70. If the game wasn't $70, well, then we might have a 10 out of 10 game. But definitely my game of the year. As much as I loved Resident Evil, it is what it is. I just got 2 beautiful games. And then I'm about to get more beautiful games. I think Replaced is about to come out here soon. So yeah, definitely a 9 out of 10 game. Game of the year for me already. I can't wait to hear more DLCs and more stuff in this game. The mods are gonna go fucking crazy. Okay? But anyway, I'll leave it at that. Thanks so much for joining me, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Oh, good. All right, guys. All right. I am going to leave it here, and I'm gonna close down this stream, and then I'm gonna come back and play Crimson Desert with all of you. Thanks so much for coming. I appreciate you guys coming to the Hard Rant stream. I'll try to bring in more. I appreciate all the love and support you guys have been giving me. I really do appreciate it. By the way, I've been looking at Stalker Gamma. If anybody has heard of Stalker Gamma, I'm thinking about downloading it and purchasing it, but I want to know. I don't know. There seems to be a lot of mods that I want to get for Stalker Gamma and see if I'm doing it right. But I've been looking at Stalker Gamma, but I shouldn't. I'm just saying, like, what should I expect with Stalker Gamma? because I'm looking at it and I'm like, is Stalker Gamma Stalker 2, or is it Stalker the old Stalker? Because I can't tell. It looks like Stalker 2, but it's not. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm interested in trying it, but I'll look at that later. Thanks so much for coming, guys. I will see you guys here real soon. You need mods for Stalker Gamma for sure. Yeah, I heard. Gamma is free, my dude. Oh, never mind. I can help with the install if needs be. Okay, when that comes up, I'll hear about that. Okay, all right. I'll have to hear more about that. But anyway, send it over on Discord and I'll read it later. And yeah, I'll be back here in like 30 minutes and we'll play some more Crimson Desert. I appreciate each and one of you. Gamma is like old Stalker with a lot more depth. I saw the guns. I saw it. It's weird because I was like, is this Stalker 2 or not? And I'm looking at it and I'm like, it looks like Stalker 2. And maybe I was looking at somebody who modded the shit out of it because I couldn't tell. I was watching it and I was just like, Stalker 2? I couldn't tell. Let me see if I can find it. Probably Stalker Gamma. Exploring tunnels on an immersive photorealistic gameplay. No. Gunfights in games are pretty immersive. I think this is Stalker 2. I'm using Stalker 2 Legacy Loot 2021 Reshade without the vignette, along with the relook. Is this it? Open world Tarkov with mutants and anomalies and etc. They don't die that quickly. Okay. Gamma looks almost as good as Stalker 2. That's what I'm looking at. I'm like, I couldn't tell. This is Gamma. No way is Stalker 2. I don't know, bro. It's well, good job, Gamma. You fooled me. God, bro. Every time when I look at Stalker, I want to play more Metro, and every time when I play Metro, I want to play Stalker. I don't know. Anyway, guys, I'll see you soon. I'm gonna black it off here. Also, the game can be hard as fuck, so it's up to your wheelhouse. Well, it's in the name, isn't it? It is in the name. We will give it a try later. But anyway, I'll see you guys soon. Take care. I'm gonna come back with Crimson Desert. I'm gonna go get some drinks and come right back. I'll see you guys soon. Peace, my dudes.